All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a match. Actually, let me make sure all of my audio settings are good. There we go. Things look like I'm not clipping, and yeah. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive right into this game. Another 2v2 match. This is going to be what I believe this is John and Cash versus Caspend and Cooper. So Cooper spawning over here as the red orc, Caspend spawning as the red human, going up against a human and an undead. And I'm going to go ahead and swap over to Cooper's point of view so that if it is going to be a blade master, well, I can keep track of it. I'm really liking the number of 2v2 games coming out. I'm currently with WarCraft 3. Just really a lot of diversity in the types of strategies that we're seeing. Being able to have access to two heroes early on, allowing you to, well, make interesting plays and decisions, perhaps trying to go for a unique hero or dual hero combinations to put a lot more pressure. I've seen double Death Knights strategies as well, where they're able to heal each other and they're able to really just put down a lot more pressure early on. But then it is important to note that there is diminishing returns on some of those early game strategies. If you have a very, very strong strategy that is often extra powerful out of the gates, well, it may not be as powerful nearly when people perhaps get to level 5 or higher. We'll see what is going to be going down in this matchup here. This is Hillsbrad Creek, not Goldshire. I know it looks very similar, but it is not quite the same. But there are these alcoves off in the corner. Now, Peon going to go ahead and run on inside, very common in 2v2 matchups, to get at least one cold tower or one arcane tower if you are getting harassed early on. However, it looks as though the orc player not going to be doing that, is actually staying on one base. Did get a voodoo lounge though, but I am expecting a very fast tech to tier 2. With that said, we are getting up a proxy scout tower off over here. It is most likely just going to get attacked and destroyed or just canceled, as we are looking at a quick, well, perhaps expansion attempt off over here. Blademaster now running back away. Let's take a look. Blademaster does not have any experience, does have his Scroll of Town Portal still, as we're looking at the units now head back off to the north here. Blademaster, well, we'll see what he's going to be doing. Going to try and get some damage onto some of those units, or perhaps steal all of that precious experience. Going after some of those units there. There's a sleep, and well, that is a problem. If you try and do a little bit of creep killing or too early on with that Dreadlord does sleep and get in a lot of damage. Water Elemental going to get a little bit of experience there finally on the board, now going after some of those other units. Blademaster, however, taking far too much damage and will be forced to retreat after using a healing salve and a clarity potion. Healing salve, clarity potion already being used. Blademaster picking up perhaps a circlet of nobility, waiting for his gold perhaps. There you go, picking up a circuit of nobility and waited for nightfall and will be joining back in on the fight. Meanwhile, Archmage is already at level 2, has picked up a potion of invulnerability and is now looking to set up an expansion. Hey Panda, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Blademaster now going after all of these units here. Dreadlord has a potion of greater mana, should be able to easily shut down of this Blademaster. Blademaster should not be able to stick around for very long. There's a healing salve, and the Acolyte comes over, gives it a little bit of a love tap, and prevents the healing there. Meanwhile, down across here, we are looking at the Archmage now clearing this expansion. Will not be able to get to level 2, Ashley. I do not believe so. Scroll of the Beast, another powerful consumable item, and we'll see if that is going to be, or how that will be used in just a little bit. Blademaster perhaps going to just do a little bit of scouting all across the map. Archmage is sitting at level 2 for cash. There are a good number of footmen out. We are teching the tier 2 for the human. Meanwhile, the undead, well, obviously spending their gold on this expansion to get it up and running. It will be quite some time before he techs to tier 2. Footmen on the move back out. We are teching to tier 2 already. Shadow Hunter already being trained, and we are completely skipping the barracks for the Orc army, going straight into the bestiary. So it may be raiders or Wind Riders here. Wind Riders very strong initially right out of the gate, but then, well, it does end up falling a bit flat later on. As we take a look, there goes a Forest Troll Shadow Priest as it does fall. Archmage not going to make its way over. Archmage sitting at level 3, damage coming back across the other way as the Blade Master going to get in damage onto some of these other footmen. All right, Cash's footmen taking quite a bit of damage now, down to 152 hit points. 2 or 3 more shots should end up doing it, and we're looking at that footman. Well, there you go, trying to get in front. There's that Windwalk strike. One more strike should do it. Is he going to be able to make it and get through? No, some beautiful body blocking right there, preventing that Blade Master from getting that shot off once more. Let's see if that footman's going to be nearly as lucky. It does not look like it. Come on, there it goes. 20 experience there. More damage getting added in. Water Elementals pushing back all the way from the other side of the map. Blade Master almost about to take down another footman here as the Arcane Tower. Are we going to Windwalk in? Yes, we are. There goes one as the Water Elementals are all in position. Archmage tries to get through his front door, unable to do so as the Blade Master was there standing guard. Double Water Elementals. Shadow Hunter is all here, ready to go. Footman going to try and engage. And in this moment, Cash is suffering a lot of pressure. Double Water Elementals. Shadow Hunter, Blade Master, Scroll of the Beast quickly being used. A little bit of extra damage bonus added in as well as we see a quick hex onto the Dreadlord. Dreadlord now in trouble, now trying to get away. Scroll of the Beast being used. Scroll of Speed now getting back to get away as well as the Archmage is unable to squeeze on through. Is it going to end up getting taken down? Yes, it does. As the Water Elementals, well, just being able to move away very, very quickly now. Low hit point Footman going to go try and retreat all the way back. Shadow Hunter is still right there. Low hit point Ghoul, level 2 on the Blade Master, as Caspend and Cooper are just doing a great job here. Cooper now continuing to put in more pressure again, as though you see Forest Troll Berserkers joining in on the fight. Low hit point Blade Master. Shadow Hunter gets surrounded. Blade Master trying to stay nearby. Is it going to try and transfer that Scroll of Town portal? As you see, well, is it going to end up surviving? No, it does not look like it, as the Wind Riders now show up to the party and say, you know what, I will avenge my fallen hero. Double Wind Riders in the air. No Water Elemental. Oh, actually, well, Rifleman now actually in on the fight as well, as we're going to take a look. Low hit point Ghoul, however, unable to survive for very long. We are getting into more Riflemen now. Footmen I do not believe they have defend. Riflemen are going to stay together. Stormbolt from a Mountain King could cause problems, as a Footman quickly going to get taken down again. Blade Master unable to stick around for very long. The reinforcements of the Riflemen going to be far too much, and the fact that they're being trained and instantaneously ready, as opposed to perhaps having to fly their way over, that is in fact a big deal. Both sides are running on 3 bases. Archmage, well, does not have enough mana for an additional Water Elemental at this time, using this opportunity to clear out creep camps instead. Archmage wants to get to level 4 for level 2 Brilliance Aura, as Caspend, as we see, is microing those units. Archmage sitting at level 3 right now. I don't think it's going to be able to make it. No, it's going to be just a little bit shy, and now it's going to be a little bit of a problem, as a Stormbolt steals that last bit of experience. It would have been, well, it could have been enough. Quick hex right there. Forest Troll Berserker going to quickly get taken down. There it goes. Archmage still gets to level 4, as a Shadow Hunter going to try and, well, Shadow Hunter going to hang back far enough, as we're seeing a couple of ghouls just getting absolutely pelted, but not focused down enough. Wind Riders making their way back around again. We are looking at Spirit Towers mining away back off over here. No one wants to invest the time or energy to take down their opponent's expansion, knowing that, well, you are not going to have the home field advantage, and you'll probably end up losing more, and, well, the rewards are not going to necessarily be that big of a payoff. At this point in the stage in the game, both sides saying, you know what, we can get better advantages and get a little bit more gold, a little bit more experience by clearing out these creep camps instead. We are looking at a large number of Riflemen being trained up by Cash, though. So Cash is apparently going for that rifle caster strategy that has become so commonplace. We are getting the long rifles now. It is a single Arcane Sanctum, as we're now trying to push in here. All right, Slaughterhouse could end up getting taken down very, very fast here. We're looking at well, Obsidian Statue in the back. A lot of damage being done, finishing off all of those Spirit Towers right there, as we're looking at a Tomb of Relics perhaps going to get taken down as well. Archmage shows up to the party. There's a big thunderclap across multiple units. Footmen are not going to be able to easily get away at all, as Caspend loses 2 water element or 2 footmen right there. A ghoul is going to get taken down. Mountain King is going to be able to storm bolt off anything else, perhaps try and take down that 257 hit point footman or even the 61 hit point footman, but I believe the water elemental is going to squeeze that Mountain King out of position. Back down, John, on the other hand, well, still sitting on a level 3 Dreadlord, has hired some mercenary camps and is still making its way into the field here. Coming back on the other side, a very high, very heavy investment into Wind Riders may not actually pay off nearly as well as what Potion of Invulnerability being forced to be used there, as it was very, very low on hit points. I don't believe the Shadow Hunter really wanted that to happen, but did not want to take the chance, as we're looking at, well, the Dreadlord now getting up to level 4. A second expansion coming in from the blue team now. And it looks like it is going to be Cooper's expansion currently getting underway. Wind Rider, Shadow Hunter, level 3, and soon to be level 3, as low hit point Wind Rider purposely being backed off there. Wind Riders, I do not believe they have Envenom Spears as of yet. Double Bestiary, and now with Tauren Totem for perhaps a Spirit Link to keep these Wind Riders alive and to spread out some of that damage. Water Elemental, Mountain King causing some problems here. Mountain King taking far too much damage as the remaining footmen are retreating back. In comes the Dreadlord. Dreadlord is going to find, well, this is not a good spot to be. Blade Master quickly getting slept, as the Wind Riders are now making their way over to join in on the fight. Alright, one Water Elemental trying to double back around. It looked like it died to timed life, as we're looking at the scout farm here. Alright, so Caspend really liking to place scout farms on these major thoroughfares to keep track of what the opponent is doing. Coming back through, we are trying to set up an additional expansion, perhaps by, no, not by Morgul here. It might be by Cash here in just a moment. Wind Riders are going to be making their way over and spot a whole bunch of riflemen. A lot of damage could be done here. Riflemen going to turn back around. Does a quick volley, but with that, well, Spirit Link able to keep that damage at bay, keeping many of those Wind Riders alive. Difficult or impossible to focus fire, really, as the units are now making their way out. Also, Caspend going into the air with Griffin Riders, and this does confuse me just a bit right now. Unless there is a way to deal with Cash's riflemen, it seems like, well, Cash's army of riflemen may be just far too much. Griffin Riders and Wind Riders are both fairly ineffective there, as we're looking at a Forest Troll Shadow Priest getting taken down once more. Alright, units going to try to make their way back out. Blade Master going to get into that front spot. There you go, getting some damage onto that Dreadlord once more, as the Wind Riders show up to the party and may be able to just spear down this one Obsidian statue very fast. Blade Master now sitting at level 4. Units going to try and engage with the Wind Riders, saying, you know what, we are a bit too deep. I don't want to stick around here, especially not with, well, the other army now showing up to the party. Scroll of Town Portal being brought back over. Blade Master going after that, well, Rifleman quickly getting taken down. I was not sure if I saw a Wind Rider lost there. It looked like it as well. Coming back through, armies taking a look around. Cash sitting on triple barracks, so it is, well, purposely being used to try and get up a large army of riflemen if they need to be replaced. We're about the 14-minute mark of this game, as this expansion will get scouted out. Both armies are already showing up to the party. So what is going on here, as the units are just going to, well, try and pass each other by. Fantastic Fen, I don't know how difficult it is to find me. I've pretty much been here for the past 10 years doing very much the same thing. So if you were unable to find me, I don't know how hard you were looking. One Griffin quickly taken out right there. The Spirit Towers, more than enough to handle that there, as well. Gonna go ahead and engage. So rare that I see you stream, because from the other side of the earth, well, it is 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning now for me, as we see a quick Scroll of Town Portal coming back down across here. Where is the rest of that White Army? White Army has teleported back down south. Blade Master picking up some extra items, as the units are, well, constantly doing these hit and run tactics. Caspend needing to take down one farm in order to actually break free. Scroll of Town portal was brought in. Knights are currently sitting at 0 upgrades, but do have the animal war training. But there is only one barracks right now. It is double griffins, and once again, the blue army seems much more focused on air than I actually would feel comfortable with. With the number of crypt fiends and riflemen out onto the field, you're almost training up units that are most certainly gonna die. If Cash can easily finish off some of these peasants and, well, perhaps hold the economy another way, this may end up working out. Going after, well, the keep now, keep is rather strong against piercing and heroic damage, as we're now looking at the other army coming back the other side. Sorceresses are here, riflemen, all of these are going to engage. Arcane Sanctum, 80 over 84 supply, and 61 over 70 as the ghouls are now starting to rush on in. All right, who's going to... Well, yeah, you can see this keep not in danger of falling just quite yet. So much damage being done and so much damage being mitigated because of that armor type, as well as... Well, there's that Scroll of Town portal heading back the other side, and they're going to be in an engagement. Here we go. Wind Riders are all here. Well, we also see Inner Fire trying to stay alive. However, that was quickly devoured magic. Blizzard now raining down as the Wind Riders are trying to get in position. 9 armor on those Wind Riders, both sides, and this battle is an absolute, well, destruction on both sides. Everyone losing so many units as the Wind Riders are getting webbed down as I feared. Militia is starting to join in on the fight. Destroyers are also here. Another carry-on swarm eating through Caspend's ground units as well as those air units as they are fighting their way through. Archmage needs to throw down a couple of blizzards. There is True Shot Aura on that Archmage in addition to the Orb of Fire, so a lot of damage is being done, and these units are just trying to rotate around each other now. Blizzard is raining down, and that could be a big problem. As you can see, well, the Spirit Walkers are actually suffering quite a bit of damage. Infernal dropping in from the sky, and John's Dreadlord, I believe, went from 4 to 6 in this fight. This is absolute death and destruction as a carry-on swarm now coming through. All right, Archmage gonna get taken down. Oh, is he gonna get taken down? No, Holy Light saves him at just the right moment as the Archmage is still joining in on the fight. Dreadlord finally gonna Scroll of Town portal away. Thoughts on the remake? It's falling apart, I guess. The remake was not executed as well as many have hoped. All right, Mountain King now making... Well, no, Mountain King not chasing. Blade Master now going after some of those units. I still don't see Envenom Spears as we can see a quick Inner Fire right there. Blade Master going to get in front, trying to go after the last rifleman, but unable to do so. All right, Wind Rider going to go head straight over the trees as Cash, well, is being brought back over. It looks like... Where is that Dreadlord? Dreadlord currently picking up a potion of healing and a scroll of healing, wanting to fix things off. All right, as well. There goes a priest. A priest took the wrong road, and now, oh, John's Dreadlord could have problems. No boots of speed on the Mountain King, though, and that's gonna cause a little bit of issues as the units are now trying to head back away. Let's take a look. Units are separated from the rest of their army. Blade Master easily going after some of those priests, and this Blade Master and Shadow Hunter causing so many problems as we're now looking at a couple of quick webs being brought over. Caspend going to try and keep these units alive. That Griffin Rider is going to end up surviving here as the Wind Riders are deep inside the human base and disrupting mining once more. All right, let's take a look. Units are going to try and retreat. Where are they all going to go? And there you have it. There's that quick web. There's that Blade Master asleep on the job. And this army of Wind Riders quickly gonna get destroyed here. 16 supply on top of that one Spirit Walker. 19 supply instantaneously gone. Do I still play WarCraft 3 myself? And what is or was my race? I played a lot of human back in the day. I mean, you got to remember, I've been casting for 10 years. So back in 2003 to 2006. I played a lot of human, got to, wasn't particularly good, ranked on the US West in solo, maybe rank 1,000, just enough to be like, yes, I got at least a ranked. And then on a ranged team, I was like in the top 25 in, or actually in random team back when there was actually MMR and proper ranking on BattleNet. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down. All of those rock golems were taken out. Griffin riders are once again on the move in the air. And, well, we should be looking at the... Well, was the True Shot Aura sold? That would be a huge surprise to me with the number of with priest, wind riders, and griffins. Why would you sell your True Shot Aura? Human army is stronger than your army. All right, let's once again go for another quick look around. We are seeing a couple of ghouls getting in some easy damage off to the side. There are, well, destroyers up in the air, riflemen joining in from the side here. No Stormbolt to catch it out of position. And this is one of those situations where you really just need to engage when your opponent makes these mistakes. There's these narrow walkways right here that cause major problems. Knight is in trouble. Are we going to see a Staff of Sanctuary? Does not look like it. Holy Light instead. There's a web on the other side, and there's an Infernal dropping down. Infernal followed by Carrion Swarm, eating through so much once more. We're looking at the Paladin, going to go ahead and try and engage. Are we going to see a Blizzard right there? That's not going to be a good spot either, as the Infernal is still eating their way through. All right, making their way back across here. Cash does get up to level 6. Going to go ahead and try and push through a little bit more damage. Abomination look like it's about to get taken down. There it goes as well. Griffins continuing to fight as the Spellbreaker is going to, well, try and find some easy targets. Archmage is in trouble. Has a Scroll of Town Portal and Potion of Invulnerability, but Cash doesn't want to use the Scroll of Town Portal yet. Doesn't want to leave his friend high and dry, as the Blade Master sitting at level 5 and this Archmage sitting at level 5. Dreadlord sitting at 6, low on mana. Stormbolt onto the Dreadlord. Dreadlord could get up to level 7 here in just a moment. Low hit point Knight standing right next to him, as it is going to use that Scroll of Town Portal now. Kodo Beast does eat an Abomination, and there goes some more units. Going to go ahead and teleport out. The remaining units here, Mountain King doesn't have a easy way to get out of here. Blade Master just going to get some easy damage. There goes the Mountain King once more. One Obsidian statue a little bit too far away. It's going to get taken down too. All right, some big victories right there for the blue team. Units are now going to try and chase again. Water Elemental backing up. We do see, well, only a farm there, as Caspend says, you know what, give me a second. I need a time to heal up my army. But as we all know, well, real-time strategies are a game of seconds. If you choose to heal your army, well, your opponent has a little bit more time to get their feet back underneath them too. Is that going to be a little bit too slow in their advance, especially if you already have priests here ready to go? And here we go as well. Shadow Hunter, or has an Orb of Fire. Archmage does not have the Orb of Fire. That makes a lot of sense, since the Archmage has been channeling all of that Blizzard instead, not using that auto attack. All right, Rifleman going to try and walk through there, ending up taking a little bit of damage once more, as, well, armies are going to be heading back. All right, armies are in the center portion of the map. Bat Riders are here ready to go to suicide themselves on destroyers. And, well, with a handful of more Knights, it seems like there is enough units to deal a decent amount of damage now. Units are now going to try and perhaps take down this expansion. Arcane Tower going straight after the Dreadlord already. Repairs not getting made on that Arcane Tower, as it will quickly get taken down. Expansion going to be lost. A Blizzard now raining down right there. Peasants trying to get away, and you can see how much damage is being done. Knight's going to go ahead and dive on in across the map here, as the Riflemen are hiding behind the Peasants, shooting past them, but still doing a good job of protecting all of those units. Blizzard raining down here. It looks as though the keep is going to end up getting taken down here in just a second. Meanwhile, the expansion is going to be lost, and there it goes. All right. We are trying to see Caspend set up an additional expansion here at the 10 o'clock location to replace the one he just lost. Meanwhile, Griffins are going after, or chasing after in the air, to take down these units here. All right, Troll Bat Riders are showing up to the party. There's a one ensnare. Units are going to easily get finished off here, as these Griffins are dealing large amounts of magic damage. No more mining happening here. Army, Archmage, and Mountain King sitting at level 4. Where is the Paladin? I don't see it anywhere. As well, this entire side, look at this Blizzard raining down, destroying so many of these towers off to the sides here, as the Knights are trying to get into position. Necropolis easily going to get destroyed, and the last couple of Spirit Towers are going to be gone. All right. Let's take a look. Staff of Teleportation. John is going to go ahead. No, that was not a Staff of Teleportation. That was Mass Teleport. Archmage shows up with the Mountain King. Major damage. Mountain King showing up to the party. That Thunderclap dealing so much damage here as this expansion is going to be forced to be canceled. Units are now in another massive run, and this could turn into a base race scenario. Dreadlord going to show up here, and how much damage can be done as the Dreadlord is already at 7 abominations. A little bit too far back here, as we're going to see the destroyers, well, try to go after these towers here. Low hit point destroyer purposely already coming back once more. Acolyte may try and, well, heal back up there. Dreadlord does have a Scroll of Town Portal, and the Archmage also does as well. So all the heroes have a way of easily escaping as the gold mines are already mined out. No more long distance mining either. Knight's going to show up to the party here, and are we going to perhaps just going to try and focus down one unit at a time? Storm bolts are going down as well, and this is actually a really good spot for the human or the blue army to be in. Blade Master now with, well, a Blade Storm right on the inside there, taking down a lot of those units once more. Blade Master going to finish off another Crypt Fiend there. There was a Scroll of Healing trying to use to counteract as the Infernal nearly misses that Blade Master. Blade Master currently invulnerable. Blade Master now rejoining back on the fight. Mountain King taken down, and with that said, that is probably going to be the game. The blue army pretty much trapping the red army inside here. Yes, they do have scrolls of Town Portal, but if they retreat, what will the next fight look like anyways? Infernals, well, units trying to make their way back down. There goes an Abomination. So much damage to be had. Archmage teleporting back out, and I believe that will be the game. The army 58 supply here and 27 supply compared to a pretty much non-existent army for cash. And, well, John perhaps sitting at about 40. Oh, let's see. Oh, John actually sitting at about 18. Wow, and Cash sitting at 5. So really nothing there at all, as we may see a little bit of long distance mining happening momentarily. Water Elemental there, gonna easily get dispelled. Mountain King is at 5, Paladin is at 5, Archmage is at 6, and the units are ready to be here and engage. All right. Archmage still wandering around, perhaps trying to do a little bit of harassment once more. Blade Master finishing off some of these buildings off to the north here. Archmage runs all the way down. John and Cash say GG, knowing that the game is over. Caspend and Cooper easily taking this match here on Hillsbrad Creek. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.